Hello everyone, it's Hacker right here. I'm just going to show you a comparison of the graphics and level layout in Battlefield 4 on the Xbox One compared to maybe whatever you have, the Xbox 360 version or the PS3 version, just so you can see what next gen has to offer in a game like this, in a game like Battlefield. Now remember, this is in the parts I'm showing you are in the multiplayer part of the game. And so usually in multiplayer the graphics aren't as good as the single player part, but as you can see from this video, you'll see that the graphics are pretty awesome. And the level changing as the matches go on, that's a feature I really love in Battlefield, but I'll get more into that in my review of Battlefield, and I'll actually show a change during a match. But otherwise, this is just for the physics, the lighting, and the visual effects. The differences between current gen and next gen. Just maybe push you over the edge a little bit to pick up that next gen console and pick up a copy of this game. Because I mean, even if you own it on current gen, it's still worth it to have it on next gen. Now, I do have a copy of this on both the Xbox One and the PS4. So as you can see, in this version for the Xbox One, whenever you move, the water actually ripples. Whereas in the current gen one, the water just doesn't do anything. It just kind of does its own floating and wavy and stuff like that, and it doesn't ripple when you walk. It just keeps its main functionality of rippling. But in this one, there's actually waves, and in certain parts the waves get bigger and stuff like that. And you actually have swells, and you'll be bobbing up the swells. And I found that when you dive, you can actually dive through a big swell. So instead of lifting up with it and coming back down, you can actually dive under it like in real life, which is really cool. It's great they put the physics in there for that. And they've done a lot more work with the explosions. They're a little bit more pizzazz and in your face in this version of the game. And for any snipers out there, yes, you will have grass waving in your face like crazy, realistic style. And the lighting is superb in this game. The way it comes through the trees, comes around buildings and objects, it's just amazing what they've done with it. I mean, this is getting closer and closer to how we've always imagined it back in the days when they kept on speaking about VR, and we were sitting there with Sega Genesis, and it was like VR was like the shit back in the day. So there's a lot of good stuff in this game that, you know, it's just a new system. I'm pretty sure that the later editions, Battlefield 5 or whatever they come out with in the future, will have even better graphics because they'll be able to use these machines to the full extent. Now the crumbling features has been updated. What I was hoping didn't happen. I've always wanted a game where if you shoot through a wall, it should leave a hole all the way to the other side where you see through the hole. You can see light coming into the room through the holes, like they do in the movies and stuff. You know, I'm waiting for that. So if you're listening out there, if you're making a game, put that in your game because it would be so freaking awesome. Just my opinion. Now, the lighting on the guns, the vehicles, everything like that is really on point in this game. The detail that they put into each item is good too. You can see that a lot of these are destructible, and once they get to they're into the destructibility, you can actually shoot through them, which is a great feature because some games in the PS3 would have it would crumble, but you couldn't shoot through it. Now, sunblare is the pain in the ass of this, especially with games like Forza. You get sunblare and you can't see anything. It's like they've made it as real as they could, and that's good, but it sucks when you're coming over a hill or a crest in a game that has to do with racing and cars and you can't see anything in front of you. Whereas in this case, you couldn't see some dude staying on a hill if he's in direct sunlight because he'll blend in with the sun and the sun will surround him. As you see, there's lots of particles flying around. They put a lot more of that into the next gen versions. So you have a lot of different stuff like leaves flying, debris flying, um, all kinds of bird shit, because there's birds in the game, that seagulls flying around and stuff. So there's a lot more of that. They tried to put it in the current gen one, but it just kind of looks weird the way they did it. And I like how not just the buildings are destructible, but like the monument there you just saw, the railing of this fence, of this brick fencing right here, is destructible. Even found some balls here, and they got some physics going on that, which was really cool. But the biggest thing that catches my eye is the lighting. I mean, you can see the shadow casting of the tower that's spinning there, and then you can see the flare of the sun coming around it. This is really cool stuff that we're getting into nowadays when it comes to gaming. But the explosions are on point. It's just so fun to blow stuff up in this game. Here's another level. It takes place at night, so I'm showing you the night lighting. The way that the light reflects off the walls, the flooring. They do have a building on fire that's shooting off debris on the sides and falling, and there's smoke and stuff like that. There's fire extinguishers that you shoot out that would actually fill the room with white powder, and you could barely see in front of you. I had a couple matches that weren't recorded, but I shot the extinguisher, and there were two guys in the room, and I knifed one, and the other guy came around the corner, and he tried to knife me. So as he was doing it, I saw the button come up to countered his knife, stabbed him, took his tags, which is another thing I'll get into in my review, but they put in countering, so you're able to counter. If you're playing the game right now, you've known that, you've seen it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments what y'all think of countering a knife. Do you think it's a cheat, or do you think it gives you a fighting chance if somebody comes up behind you and tries to knife you? Just leave me a little deal in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. This part is a good example of the water effects, like the water lighting on objects, because you can see the pools of water, and you can see the light coming off of it. The building lighting, and you can see the reflection of other buildings in the water. We've come a long way since the PS2 days. Now we're getting there from the PS3. They still did the overdrawn water trickling down. I mean, it's great that they had a feature in it, but they should have put it in more of the game, because if you play the single player or even online, there will be parts where it's raining or water dripping down, and it doesn't sit on the screen. It doesn't drip onto your screen, but you'll be underneath it, and it doesn't mix right when everything else is able to do that. Like when you splash into the water came down across the screen. Now this shows off. They have fog effects. You got papers and stuff flying around. So I mean, there's a lot of detail in these games. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've seen anything in this video that differs from the version you have, just let me know in the comments. Let me know if you liked the video. Don't forget about my GTA 5 giveaway. Look at my unboxing videos for the Xbox One and the PS4. I hope you liked it. Like always, subscribe, like, tell a friend. Thanks, guys.